We're left wondering if James Harden was going to show up to training camp or not. He didn't attend the Sixers media day on Monday, and then he also didn't report to team practice on Tuesday. And since he's been wanting a trade, this seemed like his attempt to put pressure on the front office. Apparently, his preferred destination is the Clippers, but nothing is too certain about that news just yet. But Harden said that he does plan on eventually showing up to training camp, and he might show up today actually, and all we can do is wait and see if that's actually gonna happen. So think back to the last time that something like this happened, right? This was when Ben Simmons was on the 76ers. And Simmons did eventually show up to training camp, but there were videos of him kind of, lazily walking around at practice. You could see him not really trying, not really putting in the effort. And then I even saw a clip where he's just kind of sitting, or he's walking instead of practicing, And when he showed up and when he did that, Doc Rivers didn't really have any patience for this type of attitude, this type of behavior. And so Doc Rivers actually sent him home that day. He pretty much said that if you're going to show up here and not try, then you might as well just go home because we're not going to put up with it. And so number one, I wonder if James Harden is going to do anything like this, right? I mean, he didn't show up to media day. He also didn't show up to the first team practice. And so he's already showing, some level of resistance, right? He is pushing back against the team in whatever way he can. And so now that he will show up to training camp, and I'm guessing it's because he's going to get fined if he doesn't, I still wonder if he has that pushback in him. I still wonder if he's going to put up some sort of resistance. Meaning, I wonder if he's going to do what Ben Simmons did, and not try and be lazy and walk around. And number two, I wonder what the team's tolerance is going to be. I wonder what Nick Nurse is going to do in reaction to this. Personally, I don't think any player should be allowed to get away with doing these things at practice. NBA players' practice is pretty much their 9 to 5, right? They need to show up. They have to be on time. They have to give their all, and it's not an option. It's absolutely mandatory. So I just hope that if he does show up and if he does something like this, then I just hope they send him home. I guess if he still ends up with the team, and if he's not traded away, then maybe he could pull out the fat suit, right? Didn't he have one for, what was it? He played on the Rockets. Was that when he had the big fat suit on? So maybe that's something he could pull out as a last resort. Who knows? But either way, I am looking forward to seeing videos of training camp, videos of him practicing. I kind of want to see his conditioning. I want to see if he's in shape or not, because something tells me that he probably didn't do anything this offseason to maintain his conditioning. I see this scenario being the exact opposite of that infamous Jimmy Butler practice with the Timberwolves. That was when Jimmy Butler showed up and he kind of just shut everybody up. He played with the bench squad and he beat the starters, and he was pretty much trying to show the team that, hey, I am him. And when I look at this James Harden scenario, all I can think about is James Harden doing the exact opposite of that practice. Where he shows up and he proves to everybody that, hey, I am not him. I'm not going to put in the effort. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to make buckets. And hell, I'm not even going to be here on time. So a lot going on, a lot of ifs, and honestly, really soon we're going to find out if he shows up or not. So if there's any updates on this story, then, I'll make a video, I'll update you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this whole situation. Do you see him getting traded anytime soon? And if not, then do you see him, trying his all, giving his all to the 76ers? But that's all I have for today, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.